Okay, right, while I'm waiting for you lot to come in, I'm going to just share this and hopefully the people that said that they were on their way will actually turn up. Hi Angie, how you doing? I am just putting up something to say that I'm live. Bitrue. Community scammers. Right, let me just copy link to the groups. There's a couple of people that have been waiting for me. Sorry if has anybody else turned up yet, because I'm just going in to put it out there. Because I said that I might be going live, and I just got a message from somebody that said, "Are you going live tonight or what?" I'm like, yeah, I completely forgot all about that. It's been a hectic day. What can I say? Oh my God, there's loads of you. Wait. Right, so Angie, you were first. Thanks for coming in, honey. Bubba Shipes, no blue hair today. No, it took me 2 days to get it out there. Darren Priestley. Right, XRP Ball. It's your fault that I'm here. So Darren got in touch with me on Twitter and said, "Are you going live tonight or what?" So I'd completely forgotten about it. I've just finished doing some stuff to do with the giveaway, and yeah, it's 10 to 9. So I thought, oh, I'll finish off that bottle of wine that I started the other night. But no, I will wait and do that later. But I've had a really good day today, and I'll tell you all about it in a minute. Right, so David Butler, how you doing, honey? Egbertina, thank you for coming. SW, cheers, honey. Andrew Nation, I actually had an interview today, so I did my hair. But apart from that, no, I've just got shorts and a vest top on. SW, I'm going to be joining you, girl. I will join you towards the end of the stream. I'll go and get my bottle. I'll raise a glass with you. But thank you, Andrew Nation 13, for the compliment. David D, getting closer to mooning. Chris, how you doing, honey? Francisco Gonzalez, thank you. Another compliment. God, you guys are going to make me blush. Fid, live, awesome. You're off today and just caught me. By the way, thank you so much for giving me the 5 XRP. It will be put for good use. Hold on to that, hodl it for, put it away, and basically you will find that that will be worth an awful lot of money at some point. Bonesy, how you doing, honey? Hooligan, hey yourself. Is that everybody that I've covered? Right, I am expecting a whole load of trolls. I've actually blocked a whole load of them. I was up till 3:30 this morning trying to get some people to cease and desist, and that didn't happen. So in the end, I gave up and I have blocked them. But I'm half expecting a whole load of trolls to come into the chat. So everybody that's got a wrench, and you deserve one because you always come, honey. I'm going to end up with more moderators than anybody else. So yeah, so do me a favor. Anybody starts trolling, one chance, and then time them out. Whack a troll. Baba, you're a mod as well. And David D. And Yeah. So yeah, I'm just expecting a whole load of shite to hit me on that side of it. I've been accused of a few things over the last 24 hours, being negative, being a bully, having a really bad YouTube channel. So hey XRP Andy. So yeah, I'm expecting some unwanted attention at some point, whether it's tonight or sometime in the future. I am. Thanks for having my back, David. Yeah, all I'm going to say is one chance for trolls and get rid of them. I'm not putting up with this shit no more. There's 15 people in the stream. If you could click that like, that would be absolutely fantastic. Right, so update as to where we are. I have had a really productive week since I actually started to do the giveaway. Now, bear in mind that when I started the giveaway, I was on 273 subscribers. As of right now, just checking, I've got 759, which is amazing. So I'm less than 250 to go to get to that live stream 1,000 that I'm trying to get to. But I'm finding that the post that I've put up, I'm having, it's either run its course and it's not being picked up anymore. Do not share them on again. It was an awful lot of work to do. I didn't realize quite how much work it was, because for every single person that subscribed, that went back to the original tweet with the giveaway and then put down that they'd subbed, what their YouTube name was, and confirmed that, then they got their 5 XRP giveaway. Owl started it, bless him, Alex. Hey, Moneybags. No, hold on, Bob. You're a mod. Yeah, basically what I was doing was I was going into each one, I was checking their Twitter. If they had started their Twitter in August 19, I just called them a fake account and blocked them. I'm not dealing with that side of it. It's just too easy for people to come on to get free coins to make up different ones. And to be perfectly honest, some of the retweets that were on for each of these different ones that was coming through, they already they put the same retweets up, so I knew it was the same person. Darren Priestley, yes, I did. So basically, I did that. Then I went to the YouTube channel and checked to see if they were subbed. That was a little bit more difficult because if you didn't have open subs, then it didn't show on my list. But I got a notification by email every time that somebody did. So then I'd have to go to my emails and check to make sure that their name was on there. So I checked their Twitter, I checked their YouTube account, which took hours. Don't get me wrong, and I'm happy to do that. And I kept a list of every single person. So I've got a whole giveaway list of people that subbed and then got paid their XRP. Al started it. He got shadow banned because he was doing the same tweet time and time again to send out the 5 XRP. So that came to me, and that's what I decided to do, because it takes a little bit more time in between. So it's not like chunk. Then I did the first 20 and did the format return tweet, said thank you very much, don't forget to sub to Bob Moneybags, because you got sub to Bob Moneybags. And Cecilia George, got a sub to her as well on YouTube. But basically it was that format, give them the 5 XRP on Twitter. Now, I'm not all about giving out XRP on Twitter and getting loads of people go, oh, isn't she a lovely girl, right? I'll leave that for other people to do. You know who you are. So basically I decided that I would do it. I spoke to Weiss about it. Bob, I will just tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to freeze the chat until I finish this bit. So basically I went to the XRP tip bot and decided that I was going. I've sent everything since then. I've done 147 giveaways since in the last 3 days. But I've come in tonight to do exactly the same again. And I know that I've had a couple. I've only had a couple. I think it's about 4 that I've had. 5 that I've had today. And I don't know whether that was because of other stuff that's going on, people that picked it up on the YouTube or whatever it is. But I can't find any answers to the original tweets from both myself and Al that says they subbed and what their YouTube names are. So I'm assuming that it's run its course, because those tweets go down the list and you know, it won't be picked up. So I'm sitting on just under 300 XRP that was donated very kindly by Pat Young. Good guy, love you. And what I'm probably going to do is do a giveaway, I think, for the last bit. So officially, the 5 XRP giveaway has finished. Apart from Chris XRP, I was trying to send you 5 XRP for subbing to me, and you haven't set your tip bot up yet, mate. So I can't send it to you. There's obviously going to be a few stragglers that turn up afterwards, and I'll hold some back on that. But yeah, I think that's the best way to go forward. And then take it as a learning curve. Like I said, I'm not working, so it didn't really matter how much time it took for me to do this. The first night was an awful lot of them. Took me 6 hours. So yeah, I'm perfectly happy to do it the easy way from now on in. Although there might be a few times where I do some, but what I will do is just to confirm to people that you can't come on the YouTube channel and troll me with your Twitter name to get me to send you 5 XRP, because that isn't going to happen. I can't go and do the records properly, and 2, you're not following the instructions. If you can't be bothered to follow the instructions, then you're not going to get the 5 XRP. I'm flexible, but not that flexible. It's not fair. So yeah, so that's where we are with the XRP giveaway. The giveaway. So Bob, I will DM you when I have finished, of course. Fid, of course I'm going to get there. I have got the best team in the world sitting behind me. I mean, the community, we're one massive team, apart from a couple of bad actors, obviously. And anyone that was around last night actually saw some of that, and it was just embarrassing. But yeah, basically everybody is amazing. Everybody is supportive, mainly. Hi, Ahmed. Brock Brown, how you doing, honey? And Chucky Loco, you're right, hun. Yeah, so basically, yeah, so it's baby steps, crawl, walk, run. Well, I need to be running by the 7th of September at the latest. 5th of September if I can get it, so I can do a couple of live streams while I'm driving up to Manchester, would be really nice. Failing that, I've got to just record it and then upload it, which is a ball ache, and I haven't got any balls. So where are we? Bones, Bob owes you something, big dog. There you go. It's not going to be a trap. How could Bob trap you? He's a honey. He's complete marshmallow. Can't seriously think that he would do anything nefarious to you, do you? Really? I'll be interested to know. People are seriously griping about $1.30's worth of XRP, but you know, and I don't mind. And there was people on my last live chat, and they just kept on trolling for it. So Chris very kindly got rid of them for me, which was quite nice. Fid, the 5 XRP I gave you will help you when Moon build homes for people that don't have a roof under their head. The roof over their head. Yes, I know. I saw your point. You've got something very very alike to what I'm going to be trying to do, because I want to I want to take a load of squaddies off the streets. I don't want any squaddies in the UK on the streets at all, no matter what. It doesn't matter what their situation is, what their mental health is. Everyone needs to have somewhere to put their head. So, you know, I'm going to concentrate on that. Chris, there's a lot of talk about HSBC Bank that's supposed to be involved heavily with the future of XRP and Ripple. So wondering if it's worth banking with them. You're not going to get more shares by having, or more. You're not going to have, shares is the wrong word. You're not going to get more coins by having an HSBC account. Even if they're involved with the future of XRP, every bank's going to be involved in the future of XRP, right? So, yeah, unless you've actually got physical shares with HSBC, and that's where I was going with that one, then it's no point. But you don't have to bank with them to get shares with them. So no, HSBC are not. They're not a bad bank, but they're not the best bank in the world. Bones, I know you've got my back, hun, right? And thank you. As a ambassador yourself, I thought you were very, very cool, calm and collected and very politically correct last night. But I needed to let you know. Basically, what happened was Peru actually left the jungle, so I got to ban him anyway. So he's blocked. So I've told him not to send me any more tips. I'm not interested in them. I sent him 5 XRP to shut him up and move him over. I don't believe he is who he says he is. You know, he might prove me wrong and I can eat my words, but I saw the interview on the zoo, and I've seen the way that he was tipping people that were getting personal with me to egg them on last night, and I don't think he is the person that he says he is, because that's not something that somebody would do if they were truly a positive person. So and the way that he went after the ambassadorship with Bitrue was laughable and stupid. He admitted himself that he only had a couple of transactions with Bitrue, so he didn't really know anything about them. And I find that weird, very weird, that people would suddenly decide that he needs to be an ambassador. That just doesn't make any sense to me. So there are something doesn't add up. I don't believe he is who he says he is. I've said that to him, right? I haven't said anything tonight that I haven't already said to him. On my tweet to him, I actually turned and said, I think you have an agenda, I'm out. So, you know, there's something that's not ticking boxes where I'm concerned. David D, you will get there on or about September the 1st. We need to make a push in all streams. Your live streaming at Manchester Meetup adds great value to the entire community. Yes, and I'm going to be doing something with the zoo as well. So Bones got in touch and wants me to do some bits and pieces with the zoo, so I can do that as well as for my own channel. So I'm sharing the love. I'm going to share the love, but I still need to be able to live stream to be picked up by the zoo. Don't know how that's going to work, because I need to be able to, unless it's done on Skype. So that's the backup. I can do it on Skype and then they can put it out on the zoo channel if I can't live stream by then. So Darren Priestley, yes, for your first wrench. Perfect. Talking of look into SOTS, SOTTS. Talking of look into SOTS. Okay. Bank in the UK recommend Adam and Company. Right. Okay. I'm making a note of that. I've never heard of them. I take it they're a bank of some kind. Casual crypto guy, thank you for joining us tonight. SOTS, soldiers off the streets. Oh wow. Okay. Yeah, there's a few of us that have said that we would be interested in doing that side of things. Not just from me on this channel. There's SPQR. He was talking about that being a sort of charity he'd like to get involved in. I'm also talking with ZBits, because he's interested in setting something up where we all not pool resources, but we all pull together from everywhere around the world. Have a nice one, Bones. Thank you so much. Zoom, that's the one. Yes. Thank you for coming in, honey. I appreciate the support. I really do. So yeah, so basically there's a few people. I'm sure that I think it was Mark XRP. Yeah, there's a few people in the community that have said that they want to get involved about getting squaddies off the streets. It's disgusting that guys that put their lives on the line for this country actually are sitting on the streets in this country. And I know it happens all over the world, but I can do something about the UK when we moon. So, and that's going to be something that I'm going to concentrate on, and that's going to be my little baby. I have two charities, that and the care group that is based in South Africa. And I can never say it. It's NDLOVU, Ndlovu. Chris Young, welcome, Chris. Adam and Company are a Scottish high net worth bank like Coutts, private bank owned by RBS. Okay, wow, okay. Well, I've heard of Coutts, but I hadn't heard of Adam and Company, but I'll definitely be looking into that. And Bubba, thank you for your service. You know, if you're if you're as disgusted as I am with the way that the troops are treated nowadays, then you will be getting involved as well wherever you are. You're in America, aren't you? Yeah. So basically, that's that side. That's what happened. That is what happened last night. I went into a post that they were tagging Bitrue on about Peru being an ambassador again, and I lost my shit. I mean, basically, it's embarrassing. I don't know if you lot felt the same way. Maybe I was just overtired and overreacted, but I find it really embarrassing that a set of people could actually try and bully a private company. This is not a democracy. A private company into doing what they want against what they chose to do. They chose their 5 people. You know, you've got the heavy hitters. You've got Crypto Eri. You've got Bones, and he was the first one. That's how I found out about Bitrue. You've got Ferdy. You've got Crypto Wolf, and you've got Ferdy, Crypto Wolf. Oh God, who's the last person? That would be Brad Kimes. Oh, Egbertina, thank you. I think the chat's a little bit behind. Thanks, Bob. Yeah, I'm crap with names, as you do. But yeah, so they chose there. I saw that, Bubba. President Trump just relieved the vets of all student loans. What a fantastic thing to do. And putting his money where his bloody mouth is. You know, all these different politicians say, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. When they get in, they go, fuck you, I'm in. You're going to have to put up with me for next 4 years. And basically, I'll do something at the end of the 4 years and say that it's taken this long to actually do. So you put me in for another 4 years. It's 5 years in the UK. So yeah, welcome to the gang, Angie. Made your first purchase on Bitrue yesterday. Fed up with Wirex. So yeah, so they chose their ambassadors, and I concur. They're amazing people, and you know, why should they be bullied into putting somebody up that doesn't know anything about it? I mean, not being funny, Bob and I, we're in the VIP side of things. So we're in the Bitrue VIP, which is a step down from the ambassador. So they've elevated up some of the YouTubers who are promoting actively Bitrue and their Power Piggy and what they can do and all the best things. And yeah, love for crypto, Darren, yeah, as well. But basically the you can't have somebody that comes in all of a sudden and says, well, I don't know anything about the company, but I think I'll be a good ambassador. And I get like last night, the God, I forget, I'm bloody useless for the name. XRP Ball. Don't ask me to remember your name because it's too far up and I'm not going to go through there. I'll get it in the end. Once I've met you, I'll remember your name. But yeah, XRP Ball got in touch because he was on the official Bitrue, which is on Telegram, and there's scammers on there. And this is the other thing that I wanted to say. I mean, basically, be aware that Bitrue have removed all customer service from their official channel, right? You can only get in the VIP if you're invited. So you haven't got a problem with scammers there. But on the Bitrue official channel on Telegram, anyone can go in. You just join. So there's a load of scammers gone in there, and what they're trying to do is pretend that they are. I mean, I sent Iris, bless you, Iris, love you. I sent Iris a picture that was given to me by Ball, 1987. And basically, you know, and I said to her, I know this isn't you, but this is what's going out to people who are on members of that group. So what I've suggested, whether or not they do or not, I don't know. That'll be up to them because I can't force them to. You can only come up with suggestions. They're a company and they're a professional company and they will run it the way they want to run it. But what I've done is I've suggested to them that a couple of times a day, they put something up to say, you can't get customer service through the Telegram channel. Their mods will never, ever contact you first, ever. If you've got a problem, you get in contact with either people like me, who have got a relationship with Bitrue, or the ambassadors, because that's what they're there for. Or you need to raise a problem, raise I can't even remember what they call it now, but you've got to raise something in the login screens of your Bitrue application to say that you've got a problem, you know. So it's something that we need to get through to people more and more and more. Yeah, Darren, sorry. XL people. So yeah, so basically it's something that people need to remember. This is how I got scammed. I thought I was talking to a mod. You get somebody that's got the same name, the same picture showing up, that gets in touch with you through the group chat, and you think it's them. You know, I done my due diligence. I looked at the guy, and I thought it was the same one. And I thought I was talking to a mod. So I let more information go than I should have done. My fault, my problem. Cost me £650 worth of Pundy X. So, you know, it's a harsh learning curve, but it's one of those things that it happens, and if by it happening to me, I can stop it happening to other people, and I will keep banging on the drum and keep telling people to be careful about it, you know, every chance that I get, because we've got new people coming into this space. They have no idea how it works. Digital nomad investor, hello you, how you doing? And Tony Favell, I thought you were waiting for me to go live anyway. Darren said that you were waiting for me, which is the only reason I'm here. So quick recap, DNI. Right, so quick recap. Basically, I have gone as far as I'm going to go with the 5 XRP giveaway for subscribers. I've gone from 273 to 759 subscribers in 8 days, which is amazing. Thank you. Thank you, community. Thank you to everybody who subscribed. I have found that the amount of time it took to give away that 5 XRP, because I checked everyone, not saying that there wasn't a few scammers that got free XRP when they shouldn't have done, but I gave everyone the benefit of the doubt, except for people that that had joined Twitter on August 19. I mean, that was obvious. Drop into your stream tomorrow night. We'll shout you out for sure. Yeah, you had a few people turn up in your stream last night, and it was 3:30 in the morning, and I'd been arguing with one of them and ended up blocking one of them. And I wasn't going to get into it on your stream last night at all, so I just opted out, and I said goodbye, but I opted out and got out. There was a bit of kerfuffle go on to do with Bitrue and this ambassadorship, and people who I don't think are quite what they say they are, and that's my personal view. And I said it to his face. Well, as far as Twitter face goes. So, you know, I'm not saying anything on here that I haven't actually said to him. Right, George Pacheco, don't know if I said that right. Was Algarve my land? I was in Algarve, your land. I spent years going backwards and forwards to the Algarve. My parents were there for 5 years. I had such a good time over there. I love the Algarve. But I want a piece of land that's a little bit further up, so I get a little bit more of the cooler weather. And also I want to be able to grow my own stuff. So I need somewhere where water isn't a problem. And in parts of the Algarve, water is a problem. Fid, Telegram and Facebook. I'm on Facebook for my family. And Telegram, the only reason I'm on Telegram is because of investment perspectives, because Brad Kimes has got a group there, which is really interesting. I can't keep up with it, but I do try and sift through some bits and do a quick flick through every now and then. But, you know, leave it alone for an hour and your 270 posts gone. And between that and the groups that I'm on with the Twitter, it's difficult to keep up with everyone. And I need some sleep. So yeah. But yeah, I'm on there, and the VIP, the Telegram VIP. I think that's worth it, but I don't go into any of the others. So yeah, I mean, for me, Telegram, if I could move what's on Telegram over to somewhere else, so that there's a little bit more security, then I would. But unfortunately, you've got thousands of people that want to join a chat, and you can't do that on Twitter because the maximum is 50. Facebook, not really, because you're talking about Messenger, and Messenger is Facebook, and Facebook is not trustworthy. So Telegram at the moment is really the only option. But there'll be other stuff coming up with all of these spring and coil initiatives and everything like that. I can see that there's going to be an awful lot more stuff. And one person came up with the name of something, because I'm on MeWe, but I don't go onto that very often at all. Can't really get to grips with it. It's not user friendly for me. The chats are independent from the group, but use the blockchain scanner on the address and see where transactions go. Yes, right. So basically, on this scam that Darren got in touch with me yesterday about, there was two, right? The first one was where they turned around and said that they would put your money in Piggy Power for you, but you had to send your coins to them first, and then they would drop it into Piggy Power, again pretending to be Bitrue official. He admitted that he nearly got caught on that, but he went onto a site and checked the address. It's an ER20 site. Put up the link, Darren, because that was really important. So you can check the address that they put up for you to send it to. So yeah, that was very thoughtful of you, not something I even knew existed. I'm not the best technology wise, which is why I get caught on these sorts of things. But yeah, he was really good. Very quickly worked that out. I took that to Crypto Wolf, who's in one of my chats, and he's had a word with Bitrue about it. And then he also got approached by somebody pretending to be Iris, who basically was offering for him to do something else as well. I can't remember what, but yeah, but basically the end result of all of these are they say send me your coins. So If anyone contacts you on Telegram that you haven't contacted first, then ignore it, delete it, block them, right? Just block them. It's not worth it. Casual crypto guy. Can we set up our own bank for depositing and withdrawing crypto? What a great customer service we would have. Casual crypto guy, a guy called Wheats a Wind is actually setting up 2 things right now. And it won't be long before the first one comes out. And that is a wallet that takes every single coin. That is going to be easy to use. That ultimately added to that is going to be a banking app, right? He's gone for the banking authorization already. So this wallet becomes a bank, and he's making it so that it's so simple, even his mother can use it. And that's good enough for me. The guy is an absolute treasure for the XRP community. He invented Tipbot. He put that together, him and his crew. So, you know, he is an amazing guy who is very forward thinking. And when you go onto Tipbot, when you go onto your app and on your on the website, when you top up, just remember to tip him. It's only, I think it's 0.15 of an XRP. Just remember to tip him every now and then. Just say thank you for what he does. Every time I top up my Tipbot, I always send him a little bit of something because he deserves it. He's amazing. So keep an eye on that casual crypto guy, because when that comes in, it's a game changer. And Tony, you've just got back in your truck. Okay, I'll let you off. Digital nomad investor, DM you. Yeah, I'll tell you what. I will DM you my telephone number. We'll have a WhatsApp chat. That's going to be the easiest way of doing things. Peru Crypto is a big fan of CKJ. They are super buddies. Yes, they are. Right, and I've made it very clear how I feel about CKJ as well. And the thing to remember, and I'm going to throw this out there, is that when I was a mod on CKJ's channel, before I realised what he was doing, what he used to do is he used to give some of the mods XRP to share around to spread the love. Just saying. And anyone that's affiliated with CKJ, and especially when they go around spreading all this love and peace and harmony and everything like that, but then when somebody is trying to set the record straight on something and are personally attacked by his mates, and he goes in afterwards and tips them to say thank you very much for attacking me. Peru Crypto, you and me are going to have words face to face at some point. I hope. I really do hope. Because I want to look in your eyes. But yeah, that's between me and him, and about 3,000 other people by the time this actually finishes doing its round. Danny Torres, how you doing, beautiful? And Patsy Green, oh my God, hey girl. Thank you, Patsy. She waded in on my behalf yesterday. She was one of the first persons that realised. And she's in one of my groups, and that sort of started a wave of misfits jumping in to have a go at these people, as did Andrew Nation 13, and he done an admirable job of hitting some of them on that side of it. And 5 Emperor, he's like a little Rottweiler. He's my little Rottweiler. That and YP, love him. I love them all. I love them all. On that, my group, amazing. So the Ripple Wrestling Investor, wow, welcome. Already 30 plus YouTubers. We don't need more XRP streamers. We need more quality XRP streamers. David D, I call myself XRP Boo Boo, but I don't do the technical stuff. I don't read stories. I give an overview of what I think is happening in the world, as well as some. I'm more onto the financial services side of things, so I've got a unique niche on the YouTubers for the community. But I got to say, I mean, I there are times when, I mean, I love for crypto every morning without fail. My life would not be complete unless I listened to him. He's brilliant. And when he goes off on his rants, fan-fucking-tastic. He's amazing. Tone Vase, I really want to see you two head to head. Tone Vase versus Scotty from Love for Crypto. I will pay to actually see that. I really would. But yeah, everyone from Kynes and Eri and Alex Cobb and digital asset investor, digital nomad investor. He's like me. He's more of a free thinking, join the dots type thing. But he's got some technical stuff that goes way over my head. I'm avid when I'm listening to him. Yeah, there's so many. So thank you for putting that link up, etherscan.io. Now you can go onto there and you put the address down and it tells you what it is or where it is. Yeah, sorry. The misfits are going a little bit mental at the moment. I need to just forget that one. George, like Bitrue, but we still can't withdraw to a bank account yet. That's coming. They said that they were doing that. They had to add the credit cards first, and look what they've done with the fees. Amazing. So basically their credit card fees are less. Now somebody else pointed out that when you pay for crypto on credit card, it's classed as a cash transaction, you pay more. Doesn't happen with mine. I'm with a Nationwide on the credit card side of things. They don't charge me for cash transactions for buying crypto. And I have done on a few occasions, but mainly what I do is I will take off of my credit card through PayPal because I don't then take it out as cash. And then I transfer that over to my prepayment credit card, which is a MasterCard for my business. And then I can buy it through that. And because it's prepayment credit card, it's the equivalent of cash. So there's no fees to pay on that at all, no interest rates, because you've got to preload it before you can use it. So general hints and tips on that one. But yeah, I'm hoping they said sometime this year that they would start to add that sort of thing in. And we've got a meet coming up in Manchester and it's sponsored by Bitrue and they are doing a talk there. Now, I'd be very surprised if there wasn't either some timescales or some wicked news coming out at that meet. So I'm really looking forward to that. David D, CKJ is dangerous to this community. He has misled too many for far too long. What he did about that artist, I don't know whether you've seen the picture, the painting that's going around at the moment. He asked for that to be put together. He actually asked the artist to do that. So the artist has gone through and he's done a really good job on that picture. I think it's wicked. Good enough for Brad Garlinghouse. It's good enough for CKJ, trust me, or CK who. And basically, the artist has got in touch to find out when he's going to pay him, how he's going to pay him, when to ship it, how to ship it, and all that side of it. And he's blanking him. So the artist is actually out of pocket at the moment on something that he was asked to do. So hence the reason why that's doing the rounds in the community, to try and shame him into physically getting off his arse and getting back to this person so that they can send it to him and collect their money. Ripple Wrestling Investor, this is news to my ears. He's trying to get on the TV show. Who's trying to get on the TV show? Hold on. Just signed a local TV deal to bring XRP news to the tri-state masses. Fingers crossed. Oh, what? CKJ's trying to get onto the TV show. Okay. People will probably tune in, but not for the reason that you want. But yeah, hey. Just Ripple Wrestling Investor, what you need to do is just go to some of the top people in the community. That's all you need to do. Go to the people in the zoo. You've got Kymes, Eri, And then you've got some key players, you know, Bob Moneybags. You got RTB. You've got some really straightforward, down to earth people in the community that you can go to, and you can actually just go and ask them about different people. Thinking about doing this, what do you think? Thinking about this, letting this person live on a TV show, what do you think? Get some genuine feedback. Do not put it out to the community. You will be trolled by every one of his followers, about him specifically. I'm happy for you to put it out to the community, for pretty much everyone else, because everyone else has got something good to bring. But if you are new to the community and you haven't been around a while, I was sucked in by CKJ to start with, and it's only after I found out that he was skimming off the top for all of the charitable donations, and he thought it was his right because he was promoting them for free. I mean, who does that? And that's what he said. I mean, he physically said that to, I think it was Bob Moneybags or Bones or someone like that. You can ask him, you know, and to, it just goes to show the character of the person that feels that entitlement to do that when they're having charitable giveaways. Just wrong in my opinion, but hey ho. What do I know? I'm less than a year in. So Francesco, don't mess with the booby. Pate, are you in the house? Hello, Pate. Can't believe the amount of people who still fall for his things. I did, and it was only when somebody turned around and said to me, and I can't remember who it was, basically turned around and said to me on a tweet and said, you'll find out. I don't need to tell you any more than what I've said. You will find out in the long term. And at that point, I started to take a step backwards. And it just so happened around that time, Angel Connie and Cole Bethel, we had a UK meetup, the three of us, and we had the most amazing time. And we compared notes, and we were all thinking the same thing, but nobody wanted to be the first to have that conversation on Twitter in case we got it wrong. I mean, you don't want to think that somebody's going to do that sort of stuff. So, tone the doofus phase, yes. Yeah. David D, we love you. Your content is straightforward. We know what we get. I am genuine, but nobody knows that until they've actually listened to me a few times, and not just listen to me. You need to assess what I say and also put up against what I do, right? You can say all you want, but if what you say and what you do are two different things, then that's not good enough, right? That just shows that there is a conflict from the person that you are to the person that you're showing. And if I ever start talking about myself in the third party on a regular basis, then slap me, because that's egotistical in the worst kind. My sister recently went through, well, she's just coming to the end of a psychology degree. She went back to university in her 40s. So she's basically taken me through it. So I've learned all about psychology one-on-one through talking to my sister and helping her through her coursework. So yeah, and DNI is definitely awesome, Ahmed. And warm welcome always. Everyone's welcome here, as long as you're polite and respectful. Everyone's welcome here. Big Pat found out the hard way, unfortunately. Get rid of YRETs. YRETs, I think, are on their way. I don't know whether they're on the way out or whether they've had to reinvent themselves, because when they launched, what they did was they didn't put the business plan together properly. So they were either hemorrhaging money and would have gone under, or they planned to set themselves up in a certain way, and then after a certain amount of time were always going to change the rules. My problem is that you don't do that. You do not just add fees in willy-nilly on one day without actually going out to the people who have signed up with you and let them know that this is what you're doing, right? That's not right. So to go from no fees to fees, and then there was a time when the credit card system was down all the time. And I still can't put credit card money onto my Wirex card. So I can't buy coins or put cash on through a credit card. I know that not cash is probably a bad example, but I can't buy coins like I used to with the same credit card. So if they've withdrawn a credit card transaction, a credit card transaction from their terms and conditions, all they have to do is let me know. But I've asked the question loads of times. I get no answer whatsoever except for try a different card. And then all of a sudden they stopped responding to me, which is why I did that rant on Wirex. And I've still never heard a thing, not a thing. I even sent that YouTube link to my rant on Wirex to the CEO of Wirex when I knew that he was in transit to go to a conference somewhere. And I knew he was traveling. And I know he picked it up, but nothing, not a damn thing. And to be perfectly honest, I use it as a quick money out to my bank account because I can, and I don't do any sort of trading, or I don't hold any real money on there. I've got I've got 2 small bags with a couple of the different off-road ramps, because if one's down, then I can go to the other one, and that's the only reason it's there. And Goop was the artist. Yes, I'm rubbish with people's names. I'm sorry. Cheaper than Bitpanda on fees? Apparently, yes. You find it cheaper elsewhere, and they will refund you the difference, Chris. So, so Bitrue are going into competition in a big way. And welcome at Brian. Have I missed? Oh, Brian, hello. Hey, well, sorry, the chat keeps jumping, so I'm trying to catch people. What do you think? G7 next week seems it may be forgot about. I'll tell you what is hard, which is really hard, because my tenant came in tonight and basically turned around and said, the rainforest has been on fire for 3 weeks, but it's only just come out in the news in the last couple of days. What the hell? That's one of the biggest news items. 3 weeks, right? Or is it 2 weeks? 2 to 3 weeks. The rainforest, the world's lungs are on fire, and they think it's because the president has encouraged people to set light to it so that he can, because he's not allowed to cut down, so he's burning a hole in it so that he can take it back to build on. I mean, what the fuck is that all about? And why aren't people jumping up and down? The Notre Dame was on fire for 20 minutes and it was all over the news. So the world's lungs are on fire and has been for weeks, and nobody thought to say anything about it. They hushed it up. I think that's disgusting, and that's just a sign of the media and the YouTubes, the Facebooks of this world. They suppress what they don't want people to know. I mean, there should be Greenpeace groups jumping up and down, tying themselves to boats or whatever to get this news out here. Where are the Greenpeaces? You know, it's highly suspect. But it seems to be forgotten about the G7. I didn't know it was on, to be honest. But I don't watch the news. I get most of what I get from Twitter and from YouTube. So, Chris, hello, Chris. How you doing, mate? You were in Gran Canaria 2 weeks ago, and now it's burning. Oh, what is it with what's going on at the moment? It's not like we haven't got enough water in the world that actually will be able to put this stuff out. Crypto Mike, hello, honey. How you doing? Crypto Mike is amazing. He's another person to follow. You want some Gematria, is it called? All to do with numbers and symbols and things like that. He's your man. You want to find out what something actually means? He goes and he types it in, and he has got some really good results from doing that. Right, hold on, I've got to go back up because it jumped down again. Darren Priestley tuned into a CKJ stream, didn't like his vibe, didn't go back. Yeah, I got sucked in. So Jungle Inc. blocked Fed because said something to CKJ. Could not believe that. Jungle Inc. is CJ. No, he's not. No, he's not. When did he block you, Fed? Jungle's not a CKJ lover. Pate. Pretty sure you have that backwards. I can send him something for you if you'd like. Yeah. Yeah, Pate. Yeah, do that. Get in touch with Jungle and just turn around and say, Fed's a good guy. Jamie, don't like that he tried to make Connie sleep in her car. It's because he was scared of his girlfriend. He's what, in his 30s? And Connie's like my age, you know, old enough to be his mother. And he was willing to let her sleep in the car so his girlfriend didn't find out that she was actually in the room, in a hotel room that was provided for him for free, that could sleep 8, and there was only 2 of them in there. So yeah, again, just goes to the sort of person he is. Francisco, sorry, Francisco. I can call you whatever you want, as long as I don't call you late, huh? Yeah? All right. Yeah, boo. Me and the family are just simple people that got into XRP in 2016. Perfect. I got in end of September 2018, so not a year yet. And you feel XRP news need to be heard. Want to help? We've got interlocal access TV up here. You're in the Pocahontas Mountains. Oh, okay. That would be rather cool. I mean, put a link up. You know, anytime you want, you can put a link up on the stream, let people know what it's for, and I'll endorse it. And if you tag me, if you put a link up on Twitter, I'll share the shit out of it. I've only got a couple of thousand people that that I'm affiliated with on there, but you know, I will help anyone, literally. What did CKJ and toddler Velcro shoes have in common? They both rip off kids. Sorry, I shouldn't find that funny, but I do. There's a reason I'm in the Misfits. Ripple Wrestling investor, but thank you for the heads up. And yes, I would love to get everyone involved. That would be a help to the XRP community and letting everyone know what XRP is about. I've actually just been asked by one of the non-mainstream political parties to put together a report on blockchain and crypto assets. So it's starting to get traction, which is amazing. And it's a way for me to earn. David D. I'm originally from NEPA. Great to know some people from Wyoming Valley involved in XRP. Congratulations on getting in early. You lot need to do a meetup. It makes it real. It makes it, and it gives you a support system if you can meet up with people in your local community. Honestly, even if like you're an hour, 2 hours away, whatever it is, or you've got to drive an hour, 2 hours, whatever it is, each to meet in the middle, because I have no idea how far away you are. But yeah, in your local area, reach out, build that network of people that you can have, so that you can bounce off each other. It's been a long market, right? People get pissed off, and when people get pissed off, they get gnarly. Well, go and have a drink together. Go and grab your families and go and have a meet and greet. You know, go and have a barbecue ribs somewhere. I don't know, McDonald's, whatever it is that you like to do. But get together, you know, and build that community spirit. And then when we do Moon, then basically what you've got is you've got a support network immediately that you can rely on together, because you're going to have to be able to bounce off of each other. You know, this sudden wealth syndrome is called a syndrome for a reason. And I've covered that in previous videos, but it's really important that you have a support network, and it's even better if that network is actually something you could do face to face, you know, that you can touch and feel. I mean, us girls, we meet on Zoom quite a bit, and we bounce off each other, and we're looking at each other, we're face to face on a screen. But it's a lot easier when you're doing that with people, and you get a lot closer, and you feel like you've got that connection with somebody. It's not just, you know, some bizarre picture with a name by the side of it that you're telling your life story to. You know, I find that the hardest thing, which is why I've got my picture up, you know, and you know, I can't hide, I'm on here. But you know, for those that don't, it's nice to know the people are real, and you don't know they're real unless they've either got a YouTube stream or they've got their picture up, and even then. But that's where the Zoom comes in. I can trust implicitly the girls that I've had Zoom calls with, because they're there. I can see them. Their faces versus with their name makes them, and it makes it. It's also a trust thing. You know, you're trusting them with it's either your email address or your telephone number. You know, and it's important. It's important to be able to do that. So back to the chat. Love you all, but kids are very annoying. I haven't got any children myself, so yeah, I get that. Talking of mining apps on your mobile phone is a good one. Yes, the mobile Pi is an extremely good one. I got that from somebody, I think, on my channel, that gave me that, and that was amazing. And I now mine it quite a lot. In fact, I'm still mining now. But that's a whole new. I'm going to do that. I'll do it as a video, and I'll do it with shared screen on my mobile, and then that basically means that it will be a video that's dedicated to just that, and not an interactive side of things, because that makes it a lot longer. Because I've been on an hour now again. Justin, evening all, miss much? No, because I talk shit. No, I don't. Sometimes it's good. And now let's jump to the bottom again. Right, so let me find it. Chris is screaming. Well, who's screaming? Hold on. Gran Canaria has been on fire for 7 days. What is it that's going on? Let's have a look. Jungle is defo CKJ. It's not. Yeah, Ranger 875 paid for the room, by the way, Chris. I'm that far up. I will catch up now. Jungle, great guy. I haven't got any vibes off him. He's a really, really lovely guy, and he's got the most amazing, beautiful husky dog. He's lovely, but but yeah, he's a nice guy, and his videos again is very matter of fact. It's very straightforward. He keeps on talking. He does it. He and I come away from his videos wanting to buy more XRP. Oh, by the way, went for a job interview today. Just saying. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Jamie's in. Yeah, I was provided for them, but he was throwing a fit. Hold on, let me try and catch up. Thanks, Crypto Mike, for the reminder for subscription. Actually, I've got 25 people in the room, and I've got 32 likes. So thank you very much. Wrestling Training Center in Washington. Nice to know, Wrestling Investor. That's where your name comes from. David D, you live in central London. I'm sure we will cross paths. Chris Chisney lives in central London. Boo, you're like 3 miles away from me. Why you no visit me? I am not 3 miles away from you. You are London as well. But we need to have a meet. In fact, we need to have a meet. Are you coming to Manchester? in a more non-creepy type of way to say that. I don't take it that way. I don't take, you've got a girlfriend. I would never take it that way. Boo Boo, we want to do a meetup here. Just started to talk to my father about meetup on the east coast of the US. Yes, that would be amazing. Yes, you do stink like success. We all stink like success, Chris. Old Forge Pizza is awesome. Who would have thought? This is great. Right, so you lot can meet up in the Old Forge Pizza. How about that? Oh, let's jumped again. God's sake. Hold on, stop typing. I can't catch you up. Great Pate, you should mention that Chris, mentioned Chris that you say that sucks because the only one Chris written with his name is XRP Chris, and I'm sure you don't mean him. No, Chris XRP. Yeah, highly recommended. Watch ESPN 30/30 documentary called Broke. It deals with professional athletes who go broke because they don't know how to handle sudden wealth. Lottery winners have the same problems. That, do you know what? I've done a couple on that, and I've touched on the edge of that. And I think that's something that I will do on maybe a Saturday afternoon and try and catch a lot more people. Because I think sudden wealth syndrome is something that we just got to keep banging on about, because you need to have a plan. And go back and watch some of my videos. I go into some of it, but I will set a date and make it like a week in advance, and I'll keep reminding people that it's going to be there, and I will do a whole thing on sudden wealth and how to plan for your future, because it's really not difficult. To put those plans in place, you're going to have a financial advisor, but to have an idea of what you want to do, all you've got to do is listen to me, because I can point you in the right direction of the sorts of things that you need to think about. Not giving you advice. I can't give financial advice to anyone, and most of you aren't even in my country, and I know nothing about your financial services. But what I can do is start to get your cogs working in your brains about the sorts of things that you need to think about, so that all of a sudden, when you're dumped into all of this wealth and this money and everything like that, that you will be able to handle it and have an idea and have a plan and know the sort of things that you want to do. And all I'm going to say is, I will stream a lot when it starts to go up, and I will try and pick up with people before I start to do my around the world tour. But I can do, because I'll have 1,000 subscribers by then, so I can do live stream from wherever I go. Pour yourself a glass of wine, baby. I will in a minute. Just not working your goal. Hooligan. It doesn't matter what goal you have, but as long as you've got a plan to get there, and you just chip away at that plan every single time. Pate, I just sent you a tip. You need your QR code. I wouldn't know how to do that in the first place, honey. I have no idea how to put up my QR code. Bring you more mead. That's it. You shout your girlfriend, beer from the fridge, please. I'll try and work out how to do that, Chucky Loco and Pate. I really will. But I don't do this for money. I don't. That's the difference. Somebody said to me, oh, you want 1,000 subscribers so that you can monetize your channel. No. Do you know what it takes to monetize the channel? Have you any idea? 1,000 subscribers, yeah, that's the hard thing, right? And the even harder thing is I've got to have 4,000 hours worth of watching over 365 days. Well, I only started live streaming recently, and I think I'm on about 500 hours, right? And I need 4,000 before I can even get monetized. And that has to be within a 365-day period. So I started streaming on YouTube at the end of last year. I'm sure, yeah, end of last year. Because but Bearable Guy and all that sort of stuff was a decoder I was streaming about to start with, and I couldn't remember people's names. I must have looked so stupid when I was doing it, but I was so angry that everyone had gone at this guy for turning around saying you need to diversify. He wasn't telling you to sell your XRP, he was telling you to buy some other coins, and people were having a go at him for, how dare you, you know, how dare you turn around and say to people to buy other coins? And I'm like, duh, it makes sense to diversify. Of course it does. You've got coins are going to hit highs at different times, and if you've got an alt surge, you know, XRP might not go with that. You know, you've got a Bitcoin surge, you know, nothing else might go with that. So you have to diversify in order to spread the possibilities. And I was trying to explain that, but I couldn't remember people's names. That was really stupid. Anyway, David D's, you're in Marylebone, and you're right in London. Won't make it to Manchester. Travel plan for much of September. Why I want you to get to 1,000. Perfect. Thank you, honey. If I get this job, I am starting on the 1st of October. So any movement that I need to make to meet people needs to be done sometime in September. Now, I'm back from Berlin, 1st of September, I think, Sunday night. That's a write-off. And then I'm back here on the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, going to Manchester on Thursday, back on the Sunday, and then I've got, so that's the 7th, I'm back on the 8th. So that means I've got the 3 weeks left of September. If anyone wants to meet up, you're going to have to put in those 3 weeks, because that's the only time I'm going to have free, because I'll be new to a job if I get it. Touch wood. But if I do get it, then I'm not going to be able to do the traveling that I do at the moment. So it's yeah. So David D, Chris, other Chris, Chris trying to get to the Manchester Expo, just back from 2 holidays, so poor. Thank you for sharing my link on Twitter, honey. You and Tony are in Lincolnshire, Darren. We could do something north of London. I can pick people up on the way, because we've got XRP. Jason XRP is in Brighton, so not too far away from me. Buy your nip, buy the dip. Yeah. When will I have super chats? I probably won't bother. I'm not in this for money. 5,000 subscribers, is it? Is that what you mean, Pate, or is that 5,000 hours? I'm not really in it for the money. I'm not doing this to get paid in any way, shape, or form. Don't mind a tip every now and then, but you have to understand that anything that hits my tip bot, I don't actually take the benefit from. Anything that hits my tip bot actually goes out, especially when we have collections for people when they're in trouble and things like that. So that's what I do. Sometimes I have to top that up from my own nano, but other times I can use what people have tipped me. I've never taken any money out of there. I've transferred it to lots of different people, actually. Yeah. And even so, you know, I told CKJ, I think I won 50 XRP. I told him to pass that on, so that probably didn't get done as well. It can be done, just keep streaming. I'm going to, but I need to have really good reasons to stream before I stream, because it's difficult. I've got to have a format. I need to have a reason. And it's not like reading the news or anything like that. You can just pick up anything and do it. David Butler, you're in Cambridge, so not too far. Well, I used to live at Dunmow, which is by Stansted Airport, so I know Cambridge. Justin, if you're holding XRP, you have to choose one day about what you want to do and whether that job aligns with your purpose. Well, I'm going back to work in financial services. So once we moon, I'm going to have the financial services ability to do what I want to do without paying the fees. Just saying. Because I used to be a financial advisor, so I can do it on an execution only basis. I don't need somebody to give me advice. Thank you, George, for sharing. Help me get my views and much more. We need a UK South meetup. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. So Chris is actually in Kent. Tantran, hi Tantran. Basically, UK Southwest. If we did a South meetup, bear in mind, I mean, from here, Manchester's what, 6 hours, 7 hours? So if we went west a bit and up a bit, we could pull in quite a few. Tantran, if that's you trying to say about the XRP giveaway, Jepu on Twitter. Basically, what you need to do is you need to go back to the original Twitter and go through and return, put a post underneath it. Let me know that you've subscribed. Put your name on there for YouTube, and just confirm that you've done that. So at JIE. Yeah, no, I haven't actually done that for you yet. It's too late tonight because I'm going to be going to bed in a minute. But if you do that, I will pick that up tomorrow. But do me a favour and tag me at XRP Boo Boo, because the links are quite old now, so I need to be able to go straight to it instead of trailing through. You can imagine I've sent out hundreds of the tips, so if you can do that, that'd be lovely. Don't put your Twitter handle up again, Chris. You know what to do. Other Chris, 121, 6 hours driving or train. That's 6 hours driving. At least 6 hours driving. So but I love driving. I absolutely love driving. So if anybody wants a lift up, I am perfectly happy to pick up, but I'm going up on the Thursday. So anything south of London. Yeah, if we go west a bit, it will pick up, and then people can Northampton, yeah, that's fairly centralised. Northampton from here is probably about 3 hours. Although saying that, it can take me 3-4 hours to get to bloody Essex sometimes, with the M25 and all the traffic and everything like that. But I'd probably go up the night before, whatever we do. Make it on a weekend, and I'll come up on the Friday night, and then have the Saturday, and then we could do a Saturday afternoon going into evening meetup. And if we pick somewhere that I'm perfectly happy, as long as it's not like a special weekend or anything, book a travel lodge. You know, you book it far enough in advance, it's like £35-40 for the night. I'll stay the 2 nights, but they've always got a restaurant stuck on the side of it. Weekends are fairly cheap anyway, so you can go up on a Saturday lunchtime, and basically we can meet up in the bar, and have a cup of coffee, obviously, and lunch, and then have a proper like meet and greet in the bar, because it's open all day. And then all we've got to do is at the end of the night fall into bed in our own rooms before anybody comes up with a smart comment. And then basically we, you know, can get up, have breakfast together, and then go off when we want to go off and go home. So it's because we found that at the Amersfoort meet in Holland, thoroughly enjoyed that. But I got there the night before. It wasn't until 3 o'clock, and I got there at 1. I got there early, and basically at the end of the night, no one wanted to go home. But some people were going back to Amsterdam. Some of them were in Amersfoort, and I really wanted to meet up with everybody on the Sunday as well, but there was nothing arranged. So we all went our separate ways. But on the Saturday night, everybody was loath to leave. It was, you know, literally dragging your feet. I mean, Weeks of Wind and a couple of his guys that he works with, myself, I think even Ferdy had left at that point. were just left, and nobody wanted to go home because everybody was having such a fantastic night. Huan3, you need to go back to the Twitter. I'm not doing the giveaway from my live stream. Go back to your Twitter, go back to the original Twitter post, respond, say that you've subbed, put your name from here onto the Twitter, tag me at XRP Boo Boo, and I will sort it out tomorrow, if that's okay with you, because I'm doing a live stream, so I can't do anything about it. Francisco, thank you very much for coming, and have an amazing night. I don't know where you are or what time it is there, but good morning, good afternoon, or good evening to you. Thank you very much for coming. Darren, so 76 miles from you, so add another, what, 50 from me? I'm in Eastbourne, so yeah, I could do that in a few hours. But yeah, I love driving. I absolutely love driving. So I'll drive anywhere. I put my music on. I put the YouTube channels on. I listen to some of the longer ones, you know, DNI or Sam I Am, one of my faves. I think he's amazing, and I love his brain. But yeah, there's a few different ones, and even the deep dives of SPQR, Love for Crypto. It's really nice to be able to do that, and I can do that when I'm in the car. Apart from the fact I've got hands free, so I phone my friends and family, and catch up with everybody as well. So it's a good use of my time. Otherwise, I'm just sitting there on Twitter, sitting at home. So yeah, I quite like that, and I can do a live stream hopefully on the way to Manchester with any luck, and take you on with me. So I know you signed up to follow me, Huan3, but listen to what I say. You need to go back on Twitter to the original, the giveaway tweet, and then respond on there. I'm doing a live stream. I'm not going to be paying you the free XRP while I'm live streaming. So you need to follow the instructions. Thank you very much. You need to follow the instructions that's on the Twitter. But thank you very much for coming. Stick around, but please don't ask me to do anything to do with the giveaway while I'm doing a live stream. That's not fair. So yeah, so I was just wrapping up anyway, because I think an hour and 22 minutes might be one of my shortest ones yet. You never know. But yeah, so I think that Northampton would be a really good meetup. And what we're talking, how about the last weekend in September? You're driving up from Devon on the Saturday morning. That might be, Chris. Is that any good for you? You can share the petrol then. Just a thought. So Northampton. So Northampton. Are we talking September? Anyone interested in meeting up in September? Could do the September's good. Chris, you going to be able to go? David Butlin, Darren. We could ask Mark UK. He's in Milton Keynes. SW, she's in London. Northampton, September. Come on, let's put something in writing. What about the 21st of September? Connie can't come over at the moment. She's not well enough. Connie's over in Kansas. That's all right, who I'm free. It's okay. There's been a couple of people that have come in and trolled and just kept putting up their Twitter. And I kept saying, look, I can't do it. I'm working. I will pick up, but I will pick it up tomorrow after when I get to it tomorrow. I do a couple of hours per day doing it, but once the last few are picked up, that for me is going to be it. That's the end of the giveaway. So no, you're not bothering us at all, Huon. We were a little bit sensitive because there's been a couple of people that have been in here and just kept putting up their Twitter account, and I kept saying to them, you need to go to the original you need to go to the original tweet and just follow the instructions. But thank you for letting me know. I will remember your name. So, but you do need to go back onto the original tweet and just, when you respond, if you could tag me, so that when I go for it tomorrow, it's going to come up in my notifications. It makes it so much simpler for me to find you. Because if you can imagine, I've had hundreds of people to respond to. So that would be really handy if you could, please. Thank you very much. So we're deciding on the 21st. Thanks, Huon. Well, stick around. Although I'm actually sort of winding up now. But if you go back and watch it, there's some interesting information about some scammers that are on the Bitrue official group chat that's in Telegram, as well as covering some of the things that have been going on in the XRP community. But also I've updated. There's an update at the beginning. You need to watch the first 15 minutes just for the update on this giveaway because it finishes. So I'm just letting people know, which is quite handy that you come in so I can tell you, but you're qualified because you've come on today. So we're going to go for September the 21st, yeah? Northampton? Yeah, only reason I use Telegram is because I've got the VIP chat, the Bitrue VIP chat in Telegram. So that would be I don't go into any of the other chats. So yeah, back to, because that's where I got scammed from, Telegram. Lots of scammers in Telegram. September the 21st, Northampton. So I will find the cheapest of the either travel lodge, travel inn that's got a restaurant by the side of it, and put a link up. And then basically, if people want to book, I will go up on the Friday, come back on the Sunday. As you know, I'll go up early on the Saturday morning because I can go and see some people on the way. Yeah, so basically, yeah, I'll go up on the Saturday morning. So I'll be up there, but we'll all be on Twitter anyway. And then what I'll do is anybody that wants to join, I'm going to start setting up. I'll set up a group chat for us all. Yeah, so it'll only be available. It's literally, it's a month. So it'll be available until the day. What we can do is have the group chat. Everybody that wants to go can get into that group chat, and I will book my night once I know that other people are absolutely certain that they're going to be there. Yeah. Because there's no point me booking it and then nobody else turns up, because that would not be fair, and I can't afford to spend money that I can't afford. So it's one of those things. So yeah, so travel lodge or travel in or something similar that's got, I can't imagine that there'll be more than a few of us, but I can put it out to the whole community, see who wants to come along. And then basically I'll ask them to section. I can get in touch with the restaurant and ask if we can have a section for the whole day, basically. Sounds like a plan? Neo stuff, how you doing, honey? Cyprus, huh? At least you've got the weather over there. I bet it's beautiful this time of year. So just need a thumbs up or a yes, guys. 21st of September, Northampton, Travelodge, Travelling, whatever it is, with a restaurant by the side of it, and we'll take it over for the day. Yes? Yes? Right. As long as one person is going to turn up, I'm up for it. So okay, that sounds like a really good plan. So what I'll do is I will put something out when we're finished now, just to let people know. Anybody that responds to the chat that's interested in coming, I'm going to throw us all in a group chat. Yeah. So that we can all get in touch or keep in touch. People, anybody that wants a lift up or wants to. Manchester is on the 7th of September. So I'm going to that, obviously, but we're going to have one that's slightly further down from Manchester as like a UK meet for those that want to go again, but also who can't make the Manchester meet. It just gives another option, but it's not a conference. You know, it's not going to. I mean, what we've got with Love for Crypto is a proper conference. What I'm talking about is a meet and greet, basically, which will turn into probably a really good eating and drinking session. So I can imagine there's going to be a few beers flowing, which will be really quite nice. And we won't have far to fall to a piss up. I was not going to say it, but yes, it's going to be a piss up. And that's all it is. It's an excuse to go and chat shit about everything. Is it a good time to get Ripple? Oh my God, I've been in it for a year and it's the lowest it's ever been in the year that I've been in. I've bought higher on everything. So yes, Ripples is a very good price. It's actually XRP. And XRP Nation, hello from Spokane, Washington. Hello, you. XRP is going to be the new global standard. If you listen to, you need to go back into Sam I Am and listen to his chats. I think his last one, XRP will take over Swift. Swift is just a messaging system. This is where people seem to misunderstand. Swift is like the old school way of working. So basically what the banks do is, good idea, Darren. What the banks do is they have an account in their bank head office, and they have an account with all these different banks around the world. And then what that means is that they have to pre-fund, and then the Swift is a messaging system that says, right, this account here is going to go from this bank to this bank into that account there. And if the banks actually have pre-funded money sitting in that bank waiting, because the Swift messaging service, has sent that information across, it gets validated and checked, and then they work out how much it's going to cost through all of the different money making and all that sort of stuff. And then basically what that means is that money gets to them in a couple of days. Or if they don't pre-fund it, it can take 3 to 5 days to actually physically get there. So it takes longer. What Ripple has done is they have a system that not only sends the message in seconds, it will transfer the money from bank A into XRP, ping it to the recipient bank, bank B, and immediately change it back into their currency, because all banks hold their own currency, don't they? So it's one of those situations. Ross, if you want to tip me, XRP Boo Boo on Twitter. Basically, what that means is that full transactional happens in seconds. With the Swift is just a messaging system, and there's a whole banking system built around that. So it's not just that. So what Ripple have done is they've invented this thing that works like an email and can go in seconds from there into XRP, over to there, straight into their own currency. Easy as pie, if you were good at maths. But it is easy, it's just quick, right? It's so quick. And it's the time it takes to send an email, basically. And there's lower transactional fees. There's no middlemen involved in it. They don't have to pre-fund either end. Happy days. That makes it so simple, and nobody else actually has that. So basically, it's a no-brainer that the XRapid system and the and XRP is going to take over, because if you've got a 3 to 5 days versus 4 seconds, what are they going to use? If it's going to cost you 10%, 50 quid, whatever it is, versus less than a penny, what are they going to do? Right? They're based on the bottom line. They're going to keep it as cheap as they possibly can. They'll pass on some of the savings to their customers, but that's where they make their money. They're going to make more money by doing it that way. They might not even tell you they're doing it that way. But it will work that way, because it doesn't make any sense to walk to work instead of taking the bike, or take a horse and cart instead of taking a car. You know, it's the next transitional period into the next stage. So Neo stuff, Swift is the global wire standard, and XRP Nation Swift does transact 5 trillion a day. George, yes, you're right. Ripple is the company, XRP is the coin, or it can be called Ripples. XRP or Ripples, apparently. XRP Nation, fuck Swift, the future is XRP. I firmly believe that, which is why my name is XRP Boo Boo. Justin, you're right. Swift is not very swift. Ripple XRP takes seconds. Best wallet to get for XRP? Personal choice. I've got the Nano. I got the Nano S before the new Nano came out. Yeah, I've got the Nano S before the new Nano come out. Probably wouldn't do the new Nano because it works on Bluetooth, and I don't trust that at all. But the best wallet that you can possibly get hasn't been released yet, and that's going to be the one that Wheatwind is going to be releasing, where it's going to be easy to use and it will take all your coins. That's going to be the best wallet, basically. It's in beta stage, I think, at the moment. So, God, here we go again. As we speak, XRP is a steal. Considering where its all-time high was, also check the work Ripple is doing for XRP behind the scenes. Yeah, I mean, they're at every single quality meeting all over the world to do with anything to do to financial services. George, yes, the Nano X. I've got the S, the Nano X. Nano X has got Bluetooth. XRP Nation. XRP will be in every institution. It will be blowing up on the global financial crisis. Yeah, well, I've heard tell that the banks are going to have to bring it in because the liquidity isn't going to be there to use fiat. So behind the scenes, they're going to be using XRP. Whether or not that happens or not, that is the conjecture. Neo stuff, Ledger Nano or the new Bitrue wallet. Don't know that one, but nice casual crypto guy. Revolut, you don't actually own your coins, so you don't get the keys for that, from what I understand, Dirk. But welcome. Hi, Dirk. How you doing? XRP Nation. I hope, Chris says, hope so, as the volume at the moment is nothing. I think there is movement behind the scenes, and I don't think we're seeing it. I think there's a walled garden there somewhere where they're moving stuff around to test it before it actually comes out, so that the price is protected until a time when it's actually needed. Our prices don't need to go up until it gets beyond a certain amount of movement, in which case they'll need the price to go up to be able to keep up with the liquidity. So I don't think we're going to see a price move until a lot more volume actually goes through, because it's not needed until then, and the price is very much manipulated to keep it down at the moment, so the rest of all of the different institutions can get in. The XRP model was made for 10,000 per XRP, I know. And Zerps is the name of my bird, who is she's hiding on the side of the cage. Yep, 10,000 Zerps per XRP. Titanium Phantom, hello you. Boo. Every time you say that, I go, yes, you called? It's like, no, I didn't call you. Okay. Not me then. Thing is, if they don't go with XRP, the competitors will, and they will end up going out of business. That is exactly what's going on between MoneyGram and Western Union right now. So they're going to have to sign up quickly. But I bet Ripple will not be pushing the boat out to do that, because they are invested in MoneyGram. So they're going to give MoneyGram a leg up on that one. Is Nano on iPhone? Now, Nano is it's like a plugin for your computer. But you can download the app. I don't think that's on iPhone though. I think that's on your computer. But the actual storage is like a plugin, like a data where you plug into. I don't even know the names of these things. The things you plug in to drop the data on so you can take it off your computer. One of them is like that. So XRP Nation, I'll be doing interviews on the street with people and going into banks and doing interviews. I will go into Bank of America and talk about the patent of distributed ledger technology. If you can work out what that actually means and you can explain it to me, then happy days, because I would love to know what that actually means. I tried reading it, I sort of get it, but I don't understand a hell of it. So none of it. XRP has lovely girls chatting about it. Got to be a winner. Of course it's a winner. But SG, she truly is beautiful. She's a lovely girl. XRP Nation, subscribe. My first video will be out soon. Okay, yep, I will do that. And don't let anyone ever tell you to sell your XRP. Hold, hodl. When collapse happens, you will have XRP. We will all have it. We will all have XRP. Nobody's going to be that silly. Is that a joint? How are you doing, honey? How are things with you? XRP fanboy, welcome. XRP will be worth yeah, whatever that is, quadrillion. If XRP was 10k per coin, sounds legit. You have to understand that by the time it goes up to 10,000 a coin, there will be a burn off for a start. There will always be money taken out because institutions are going to be investing with it. So if you're America, 401ks will be able to invest in it. Pensions, investments, people will always hold it. You're going to have a certain amount of it is going to be held by the banks for their own liquidity. And, you know, you've got to understand that if it becomes the new SWIFT, you have to understand that SWIFT basically runs every movement of money into and throughout banks and financial institutions. They use SWIFT. So change that into XRapid and XRP. So every single movement of money is going to use XRP. We're going to have to have the price of XRP quite high. Now, I'm not saying that it has to be 10,000 per coin straight away. But what I'm saying is that ultimately it will be, it's been built that way. So it's not something that will happen probably, well, don't know. I mean, if it's going to take over every single transaction that happens in the world, like what happens with SWIFT, I mean, if PayPal are going to use it and all the send friends and MoneyGrams and financial institutions, and it's going to be used for investment. It's going to be the same. Basically, it's going to be the same as fiat. So how much fiat gets used in the world every single day? Think about it that way. Neo stuff. Carl Lewis, how you doing, hun? Neo stuff. Don't buy one from eBay, please. You can get it from a legit website, because sometimes people buy things that have been pre-opened, and you lose. They make a note of your keys. Digital Asset Observer, how you doing, hun? Tina, good to have you here, honey. Let's have a look. Did it. Tina Hall jumping in, taught 3 classes today and just got my nails done. Rounding out the day, catching you live. Well, thank you. I was actually wrapping up 15 minutes ago, and someone asked me a question. I'm trying to catch up with the chat again. Hey, Aidan, how you doing? We have royalty in the room. Do you know what? If you can, just click on Aidan Trading. If you do not subscribe to him, go and subscribe. He's a young man who is very knowledgeable. He's really good at his live streams, and he is a young man. And but he's got old shoulders. He's got old shoulders and good values, and seems to be a really smart kid. Really smart. He is the future. So Ledger or Power Piggy should be the question. See, this comes down to attitude to risk, and also capacity for loss. So Ledger or Power Piggy. Power Piggy will give you back 7.3% or 10%, depending on how much BTL you've got. And that will improve and increase your bag. So it will give you more assets over the time. And you won't get that from the ledger. However, if it's on the ledger, it's yours. You've got your own keys. You can look it up, zip it up, and it's safe. Power Piggy, it is safe, and it is insured up to a point, I think. However, you don't own your coins. So it's up to you. So it's your attitude to risk and your capacity for loss. But I also know somebody who lost their ledger. So, it's one of those things that if it had been in Power Piggy instead of on the ledger, and then they didn't lose the ledger, then you can't foresee what's going to be happening, and you can't second guess yourself. So I had Power Piggy for a long time, and then I put it on the ledger. I've still got stuff on Power Piggy, but on my capacity for loss is that I can lose all the other Power Piggy coins, but I cannot lose my XRP. So I have some XRP off of my Nano and everything on it. Everything else is on it. And anything that can be put in Power Piggy on the other alts is. So I hope that helps you to make your own mind up. But it's down to you. Attitude to risk, capacity for loss. Always remember that. And if you ask yourself that for every single transaction and thing that you will do to do with finance, then you'll steer yourself in a good way. Titanium, is it possible for XRP to simply go to plateau and lock like a rigid standard? I believe it can. There are different formats of thought on that one. I think that when it goes, it's going to go almost stepped, and they're going to release it, and then it's almost like they pull the plug, allow it to go up, put the plug back in, and then it's got to be stable. It's got to be seen to be stable, which is why it's been sitting at 30 cents for ages. Basically, it's been between 20p and 40p for the year that I've been in, but since it started going live, it's been pretty much around the 30 to 40 cents. So, and I know that's a swing of 25%, but it's been a slow and steady downward trend rather than a big, it doesn't have the big highs and lows. So they're always going to have that slight difference, but it doesn't have the swings that everything else seems to be having. So I do believe that it's not going to be a rigid standard. I don't believe that. I think that it will be more stable than the rest. Carl Lewis, Aidan, detention. You can't put them in detention. Kind of like thin air gold. Yeah. It's called a crypto asset. So, you know, crypto by definition is not something that you can touch and feel. Neo stuff, just purchased €10 of XRP. Good for you. Ahmed Ali, yes, it's better than Wirex card. Digital asset advisor. Aidan is a boss. He's an amazing young man. Absolutely amazing young man. And Chris, thank you for reminding people to smash the likes. I've got 47 likes. I've got 22 people in here. It's only the little things that make me happy. Honestly, it doesn't take a lot. 7 to 10% at our price level is not worth it. Ledger for me. That's your choice and that's your capacity for loss. So sincerely, George, I was just saying how beautiful you are. And Titanium was just saying how wonderful you are with the ladies that are in this space on YouTube. So good to see you here, honey. Darren, Harbor Wallet is good and can escrow, and Ledger doesn't store the asset. The Ledger just authorizes the transaction. Buy another ledger and reload your keys to a new ledger. No, the person that lost their ledger, actually somebody stole their keys and stole the coins from off the ledger. So unfortunately that was a really bad one for him. He lost a few thousand on that one. And we're almost up to date, I think. XRP Gator, welcome, honey. Better performance by like to participate average than other YouTube. Yeah. Better performance by like to participant average than other YouTubers. I think that's because I'm not here to talk at people. I talk with people, and I do try and make it a different experience when I'm doing the stream as to what other people do. I'm not trying to disseminate information as such. It's more a coaching. It's like a coaching coaching stream that I do with people. Carl Lewis, that's what my missus says. It's the little things that make her happy. She laughed and said, "You make me happy." Oh, bless. So right, 1 hour 53. I really am going now because it's like 10:30 at night. I haven't had my first glass of wine yet. So wait 1 minute. I'll go and get my glass of wine. And don't know if you can see, I didn't actually finish this bottle, which is unusual for me, but we didn't finish the other night until quite late. So I am going to just recap to everybody that wants to come. We're going to have a meeting on the 21st of September in Northampton. I'm going to find a local travel lodge or travel inn, whichever is the cheapest, and basically make sure that they've got a restaurant on site. And then I will tweet that out in a little while. Anybody that comes back, best wine ever. Jimmy Redroux. Well, it's the Merlot version of the yellowtail. Actually the best one is the Jammy Redroux, which is the yellowtail. It's Australian. Love it, brilliant. But I also magnetize it. So I have where is it? I have a magnet coaster. I sell magnets. So I have the magnet coaster, and then red wine, coffee, Diet Coke, water, anything. You put it on, takes about 15 minutes, and it magnetizes it. And what it does is it neutralizes a lot of the chemicals. It raises the pH level. So if you find that drinking red wine actually makes it, because it's an acidic thing, and if it gives you heartburn or if you get really bad stomach the day after or things like that, if you magnetize it first, then it stops that. It actually stops you getting a hangover as well. What I also do is I take my magnet bracelet when I buy the bottle, usually, and I start magnetizing it before I even get home, because once it's magnetized, it takes about 15 minutes to magnetize the whole bottle. Then what it does is it's ready to go sooner. So if I put down, of course it's Australian. That's the one thing that's going to go down in price once Brexit happens, because we won't have the tariffs that we've got on it at the moment. Sorry, I've got my keyboard up here. Right, so it's www.ukenergetics.co.uk, and I sell it all over the world. Doesn't matter where you are in the world. I have outroads for most of it. There is America is in there as well. You can either go for the bracelet or the coaster. I actually have a magnet stick, which I have a jug by the side of the sink. As the water comes out the tap, it goes in the jug, and then what I do is I put the stick in there. It stays there all the time. It magnetizes my water as it comes out. It stops a lot of the chlorine, changes the taste, lines up the molecules so they're back into the natural order that they should be, because they've been filtered like 13 times. So it makes a very smooth taste to whatever liquid it is that you are drinking. And if you apply that, your blood is a liquid. You wear it on your wrist, does exactly the same thing. So it helps the pH level of the body. But I will actually, I'm going to be going from the beginning of September. I am going to be pushing my magnets quite hard. So as well as my live streaming I'm going to do on here, I'm also going to have some streams on magnets, how they work and what they do. I don't know whether they're going to be live streams or whether I'm going to just record so that I can do a proper talk and presentation on it, because it's good for not just humans but animals as well. I do everything from magnetic neck pillows, you know, the ones that you get when you travel on a plane. Yeah, lots of different things. So earrings, necklaces, lots of different things. So but that's for another stream. That's for another thing. Ahmed, thank you very much for coming. I will see you all later. And Neo stuff, please do a newbie advice video on where to buy XRP, how to store, etc. I can do that, but I can't give you advice on where to go. I can give you some hints and tips on different places that I go. Obviously, my first and foremost is always Bitrue, because I trust them implicitly. But that's my choice. But I will do, yeah, where to buy XRP, how to store it. I can do that. Carl, you had me worried for a moment there, boo-boo. I'm thinking magnet stick. I wonder where that would go. No. Liquid. Helps with the liquids. George, Neo, if you don't have a Ledger Nano S or X, you can download Trust Wallet to your phone and guard very well the words you get. Very well. Do not put any of your keys online. Don't send them to yourself by email. Or if you do, don't put them all on the same email. And never, ever, ever have all of the words. So if it's 6 words or 12 words, only ever have 11 of them out in cyberspace. Always keep one back, and find a way of of remembering that word, because if you lose that word, it's lost forever. XRP Carolina, sorry, at the Chinese restaurant watching me live. Wow. Okay, I hope you got the sound turned down, because I have a very loud voice for such a small mouth. Small mouth, large sound, unfortunately. So on that note, I'm going to love you and leave you. I'm going to do a little bit of research on Northampton, and I'll pick somewhere that's close to the motorways, because I'm sure there's going to be plenty of like travel lodges and travel inns and that sort of stuff around. So I'll pick something that's easy to get to. I don't think if we're going for a pit up, I don't think having it near to a motorway is going to make any difference on the noise stopping us from sleeping. But yeah, and then I'll post up, and then I will set up a chat, and then we can have our own little chat of the southern UK meetup after the northern UK meetup. And yeah, wow, cool. What the website bit, something to buy. The website bit, oh, that was that's my website to do with the magnets. So somebody asked where you could buy a coaster from. I actually need to start taking these round companies, right? Because if you have one of these in front of a screen, the link to buy XRP. Are you on Twitter, Neo Stuff? Are you on Twitter? Cool. DM me, XRP Boo Boo, and I'll send you my link. But I'll send you a link to a couple, and then you can have a look at them and see which ones. Literally, just go in, have a look, see which ones you feel are easy to use. Yeah, well, I can add Bitpanda. Bitpanda. God, what's it called? Hold on. I've got a whole list of different exchanges that I use, and basically, right, here's all the sites that I've actually signed up to: Cryptono, Bittrex, Mercatox, Binance, Coinbase, Coinbase Pro, Qcoin, Bitrue, Bitstamp, Coin Exchange, Uphold, Stex, Bitpanda, CEX, Polionext, and BitMEX, right? Out of all of those, I regularly use Bitrue, Uphold, Bitpanda, and Coinbase and they're what I put together for exit strategies. So DM me and I will send you through some links. And yeah, and then you can have a look. You don't have to use my my recommendation link or anything like that. I don't trust eToro as far as I can throw them, David. They wrapped up an awful lot of people and wouldn't allow them to take their money out. So it didn't work the same way as exchanges for some reason. So I'll see you later, Digital Asset Observer. We're winding up now anyway. And much love back to you, and I will speak to you anon. Coinbase, yeah, they look good. And you can, on some of these other ones as well, you can be paid to learn a bit. So it's worth paying attention to all of the different exchanges, and you can pick up free coins just by watching a couple of videos, which is always a good thing, you know. So, but yeah, I will send them through. But yeah, do me a favor, DM me. I'll probably come to that tomorrow. I'm just going to quickly go in and work out this thing for 21st of September. Hopefully by the 21st of September, we might have actually seen some price movement. You never know. They say between September and December, there might be something happening. Obviously, it's not guaranteed, but it would be really nice if something actually happened between now and then, and we've got a reason to celebrate. That would be fantastic. So, so including Carolina, I'm going to say good night. And anybody else that wants the links to the different exchanges that I use, I'm perfectly happy to share that. So just DM me, and I will say good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are. And I hope that wherever you are happy, well, and your family are fine. So speak to you soon. Good night, everyone. And I will probably stream again Saturday or Sunday. Night all. Take care. My evening is just going to get better. See you later. Bye.